Alright, welcome back. Welcome back to Cosmic Dialect Tarot. We're going to do a collective reading. We're going to actually do the intimate spread for this collective reading. I was kind of torn between doing the Sunny Spread 5, the Sunny Spread 6, or the intimate spread. We're going to do the intimate spread. So just like how I do the sign readings, that is more like, this is happening, as opposed to like all the drama and the gray areas that are involved. I've been called to not do that for this reading for some reason. It might be because I'm using a new deck. Okay, so I'm using a new deck. We're gonna use a new deck, and we're doing the intimate spread. So trusted angels, specifically Archangel Uriel was coming in for this one. Please join us as we do this tarot reading for the collective of people that watch Cosmic Dialect Tarot. Thank you for coming back. If you haven't already liked or subscribed to my channel, please do that. It would help me climb in the YouTube algorithm and get my views up, get my likes up, and help me like become a part of the YouTube community, because it's been a slow climb, but we're getting there slowly but surely. And for the people that have been supporting me, big hugs, big thank yous, big love to you for doing that. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate that. It's like, it goes beyond words. Okay, so I just want you to know, like, I very much genuinely appreciate people that have been supportive of me and my channel. All right, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. All right, all signs welcome. All 12 signs of the zodiac are welcome here. All right, so let's get started. The new deck that I'm using is just something I found in like a store. It's just like a normal playing card deck, but it has chalices, swords, coins, and looks like what would you call that? I want to say a gourd. A gourd. I don't know. I feel it's like an eggplant ass thing, but it's the wands. Okay, it's the wands, and I'm quite fond of this deck. It's like chalices, so cups. We got cups. So we got 5 of cups on the bottom. And then we got the swords. Like, it's quite accustomed to the tarot and the coins. There's no majors in this. Oh, we got a flip-flop flyer. Let's shut up and get it going then. We got a flip-flop flyer. It's quite involved in the tarot. So I was like, this is the shit. I've never seen a playing card deck like that, with just like imagery that is very like cut and dry about tarot. If you want to drop a comment in my section below and tell me more about this deck, if you know what it is, I would be hyped on that. Okay, we got a flip-flop flyer. A 5 of wands. Okay, there's a conflict. There's a conflict here. Okay. Something about this reading is feeling more strict and more like, I don't know if you come from a religious background, a traditional, how do I say this? Like, you're more, or maybe not you, but the family you grew up in is more like, has a strict, or has like a very regimented way of dealing with problem solving. And if you don't, if you're not attuned or acclimate to their way of doing things, then you are scorned and you are like in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble. I don't know, something about that. All right. If it doesn't hit, don't make it fit. You don't want to manifest things in your life that are not for you. Don't get stuck on signs. Don't get stuck on genders. Please. I would love for you to stay, but if it's not your reading, check out your other placement, or check out one of your placements. I've been doing a lot of readings, so check out one of my readings. I've been doing a lot lately. All right, so a Fool card. A Fool card with the 5 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so somebody made a choice that they might regret. Somebody did something that they regret, or somebody did something they knew would cause a problem, but they did it anyways because maybe they needed to. Maybe it's like one of those things where, despite there being a little bit of opposition, Chariot card, opposition, despite there being people that don't want you to do something, you do it anyways. Chariot, Fool, 5 of Wands. It's making someone mad. Why are people mad about why are you That's stupid, but like, yeah, I agree. But like, why? And if you could be a Aquarius, Aries, Cancer, or a Leo, or you're dealing with one. So why is somebody mad about you taking a chance and like being very headstrong and very confident? It's caused a conflict. It's caused a conflict. You doing this has caused a conflict. Something about this chessboard. Oh, this is a game for someone? This is a game for somebody. Chessboard, something about this chess game, something about this checkers game, checkers, chess. Something serious, something's more serious, or not more, I don't know. Oh, okay, Six of Wands. Because this was a victory. You're like, I have to do this. You're like, I have to do this shit because, like, you must feel like the only reason that people would take a chance on something that feels like it could be a quote-unquote foolish decision or looked at as silly and doing it with, like, a lot of confidence would be because they're listening to their own heart song, because they're not giving any fucks about what the haters are thinking or saying or whatever the voices, you know, whatever is going on in that person's mental or going on in their surroundings, with their family, with their beloved, with their friends, with their community, with their career, whatever. They're listening to what they know they need to do, and they're doing it. For some reason, it is causing conflict, though, but it's still a victory. So you made the right choice by doing something. But what's this conflict? Why? Why conflict? Like, you made the right choice by doing something. A Three of Pentacles and a Four of Wands. Interesting. Hold on. Is this between you and a community? You and people, people that trust you, that you fuck with on like a community level, in a workplace, in your home, who you live with, roommates, who you work beside in an establishment, like at work. It could be a family thing. It could be your spouse, your brother, your mother, your sister, your husband, your kids. It's more so like the whole jumble of it, though, especially with the Three of Pentacles. There was like a discussion about to make something better, to make something more successful, to make something more solidified, to make something more comfortable with the Six of Wands here. The Five of Wands does insinuate that it could have ruffled some feathers. This decision to do whatever it was to create more stability within a Four of Wands community, your family, your work, a risk. It doesn't have to be some like crazy, dangerous community effort to like make, you know, no, it could just be like it could literally just be like people at work that decided to ask their boss for a raise because they're sick of dealing with not being paid enough type shit. Okay, so place where you see fit, you're the master of your story. There is a victory there. Like, it's a good thing that you did that. Like, maybe you're like, oh, it took long enough. Like, I could have done this a long time ago. I could have done this a long ass time ago. Maybe there was like maybe there was some like instilled fear on purpose to make you feel scared to not. I'm not gonna say pull the TRIGGER because I don't know if YouTube, but like, you know what I mean. Like, there's been some pullback for you to like actually jump into something like full gear and be like, this is how I'm gonna handle it. Because this is how it needs to be handled. Like, I need to jump into this with confidence. I need to talk to my boss. I need to talk to my partner, my spouse, my roommate, my manager, my building manager, my landlord, my someone. I need to tell them that I know what they're doing. I know what they're up to. And it's going to cause a conflict. It is. Like, there's no doubt. Not necessarily in a way that's going to affect your life negatively. More so like it's just going to ruffle feathers and stir the pot. But I get this pot has been sitting on the stove for like a century. And it's like, if somebody doesn't stir this pot, it's going to like evaporate and it's going to potentially cause a house fire. So someone needs to stir that fucking pot, and it's you, and it's looking like that was a good idea. That you needed to do that. Chariot, 6 of Wands. Like this is a success for you. It's a good idea that you did that. Whatever that means for you, I don't know. I mean, if it feels like kind of a little like a kind of vague. I don't really know what. It doesn't really feel that romantic. This feels more like just like something about it's something intense thing to do with your life. I mean, not to say that romance isn't that, but like my last reading was very romantic. Let me not talk too soon. I gotta be careful with what comes out of my mouth, because I swear I say something and I'm like, that's not what's happening, and then there it is. Okay, well that makes it more confusing. You could be dealing with a Gemini, have it in your chart, a Cancer, have it in your chart, a Leo, an Aries, a Taurus, an Aquarius, so you're like full throttle on something that feels risky, but you know it's the right thing to do. It could, and somehow now it involves a partnership or a contract of some kind. I mean, it probably did all along. That's just now we're just getting that card now. Give me more about this Lover's card. What is this Lover's card? What is happening with this Lover's card? As I say it, what is that? Okay. Temperance and a Page of Wands. What's happening with this Lover's card? Temperance and a Page of Wands. Something it's not taking the front seat, the Lover's thing, but it is here. It's not like you're not, so it is, yeah, it's important. Like it's clearly important. It's here in the middle, like it's here. It's like almost the main part of the reading a little bit, but like it's not taking the front seat in the way that like is making you aggressive or making you make poor decisions, because there was a decision that you made. I don't know if it was to do with this Lover scenario. Something is involving patience as you remain sparkly and charismatic. So you're confident in what you did, even though it's causing a conflict. It involves a Lover's or a contract. Okay, we have a Temperance, we have a Strength, and we have a 7 of Cups. You don't want to let go of something that you have with someone. You have a bond with someone that you're willing, I don't want to say you're willing to risk it all for them, but like there is a little bit of that note, there's notes of that. Because you're quite confident that you two are like, kind of tickling on the last reading, a power couple. You have a power couple scenario here, but this is kind of getting more into like the down, dirty, like not like the icky, like the personal, like what's happening in the personal life of the person that is having to deal with whatever they're dealing with in their life, which it seems like there's a conflict. A foolish decision. Well, maybe others are interpreting it as a foolish thing when you know it's not, because you know it's your happiness. You know it's like your North Node. Maybe look into your North Node placement. Or your 10th house, your 11th house, your 9th house. Or your 4th house. Like you're the peacemaker, and whatever's causing a conflict, you are being the peacemaker. Like you're not coming at it from like an aggressive standpoint, but somebody or multiple people are like upset about your angle on something because you're very like, you don't want to ruin something with someone. You don't want to ruin a relationship. You don't want to ruin a contract. You don't want to ruin something that seems like it's going really well, or it could go very well, or it has a lot of potential to go well, or you're very, very happy that this is even happening at all. And like, you've been waiting a long time to get involved with this job or person, or like you are like this, like you're super hyped on, you're like, don't get in my way. Like if you want to tell me that I'm wrong, fine, tell me later after all is said and done. If once the dust settles and something hits the fan, if you want to tell me I was wrong, fine. But as I'm going through this and making a life decision that I feel confident in, that is ruffling some feathers somehow, don't tell me I'm wrong unless there's something wrong. And the only thing that seems like there's something wrong is like, there's people that think they know about your life and like what you should be doing. The whole shooting on you thing. People are shooting on you. SHU or SHOULD, you know, should, like you should. People are shooting on you and you don't like that. And you're like, you can shit on me all you like because I know what I will be doing. And you should do something else with your time that's more useful. And they're confused about your movements. They don't quite understand the success, or why you know this is successful, or why you feel this is going to be fruitful. They don't know why this is a 6 of Wands Chariot card for you, 7 of Cups. Maybe you don't even know either. Maybe you're just trusting your gut. You could be highly intuitive. You could be a water sign. You don't have to be, though. You could just be a highly intuitive person. It's not just water signs that are intuitive. You could just be like a person that follows your intuition over everything else. Because like at the end of the day, that's usually in your life experience that you've had, what has been the most accurate for you to follow, what has been the most accurate and like the least amount of detriment when it comes to feeling guilty of a choice that you made. If you know you made that choice willingly based on your own gut go intuition, then you're like, well, the only person I can blame is myself. And I trusted that, and like, you take full accountability. You seem like the type of person that takes accountability, and you trust yourself. Ivan, my cat, is like doing shit over here, okay? So I just don't want him to mess up my cards. Ivan, come here. Come here. He wants to jump on my table. I just want to make sure he doesn't mess up the we got a Knight of Swords. You're dealing with somebody that's very combative as you go through this like calm, collected version. Like, maybe you're not normally this way. Hold on. Ivy, come here. Honey. Baby. Come here. Okay. Come here. I don't want him to jump on this table because it's all rickety-crickety. Okay. You got somebody that's very combative that wants to challenge you on like why you know something and how you know this is going to turn out so well for you. And blah, 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 blah. Like, why are they so... It could be a sibling. It could be your spouse. It could be, I don't know, your mom, your dad. Somebody's like doesn't trust your inner knowing. They don't have an inner compass like yours. And if they did or do, there's like a competitive thing there that is strange. With the Fool card, the 5 of Wands, the Temperance card. That's, for some reason, for me, that's giving that there's like some competitiveness with like your intuition and like your intuitive goings of like how you follow your intuition and your gut go. Your gut go. Like how you deal with your knowing, right? Somebody doesn't have that like you do. They want to have it like you do, and they challenge it all the time, and you usually come out correct, and it proves you right, and they still are like, like, maybe they don't challenge you to the point of where they're saying it like out loud with their words, but you can just tell with the vibe that they put off that they're like challenging you on some shit, and you're like, okay. let's just see how this works out then. Let's just see how this works out then. You have the Strength card here, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. This does involve like people that you deal with in your community, people that you do money things with, people that you mingle with, that you gather with. That could be work. It could be ritualistic. It could be ceremonial. It could be family gathering, family reunion. It could be a dance class. It could be classroom, like teacher class. Okay, so don't get it twisted when it comes to like gathering stuff, okay? It's not all about witchcraft, right? But sometimes it is, but no. Depending on who you are, who you deal with, will tell you what that could mean. Okay, let's get more. Okay. We have an Ace of Wands, a Six of Cups, and a Two of Wands, and a Ten of Wands. Why do I get that somebody wants you to deal with somebody from your past? Or this is somebody that you want to leave behind? This is somebody that you might want to like not deal with anymore that's from your past, that's making it difficult for you. Or it's the opposite of that, or it's like somebody that you see as a part of your future, and there's somebody in your past that's kind of like putting an anchor on top of you and like making it hard for you to jump into this new version, or this like very like concrete and confident choice or decision or direction that you're going in. And again, I'm not sure if this is love, business, whatever, place where you see fit. Feels kind of vague in that sense, and I'm being told to keep it that way. My last reading was very much to do with lovey-dovey shit. This one's not like that. This one's more like, it feels maybe like you're dealing with family or people that like are kind of difficult to deal with. Like, not saying, okay, burp. Okay, so yeah. Not saying that your family's difficult, but like it just feels more like I'm not getting like the tingly sensation in my solar plexus or my sacral. It's like there's something that feels more like kind of tense and like kind of like eyebrow raising, like a little bit like, okay, well, so why are you like, maybe someone's like upset that you're surpassing them in something. There could be some sibling rivalry of some kind. And somebody's always trying to challenge you on something, and it doesn't have to be sibling. It could be like a best friend thing. There's like some form of challenge where it's like you took a risk, you're a risk taker, and it always seems to work out for you. You have really strong intuition, and somebody sees that happening for you all the time, and they always want to challenge it or make you feel like you're doing something wrong, or like jump on board when they see it's working for you, and then be like, oh yeah, I knew the whole time that this was a good idea. Type shit or something like that. I don't know. We do have the Lovers card here, so it could be a love thing, but I don't get that. I get it's more so like a contract, like you have a connection with somebody, but it's like this is a contract that is like made in the ethers before you were here. Like, is it bloodline thing, friendship thing, soulmate thing. Soulmates don't have to be intimate at all, ever. They don't have to be romantic or intimate. This could just be somebody that you have to deal with in this life that is always trying to challenge you, and that is slightly jealous of you and your intuitive knowledge and how you're able to just kind of float through life and always make these like kind of, oh my God, make these kind of like, I don't want to call them irrational, but just kind of like crazy decisions. Like maybe that seem kind of out there or seem a little bit unstable. Like maybe you don't come off like super stable or something. Not calling, like, don't take offense to that, but like there's somebody that like makes a point and tries really hard to like come off very poised and stable. They like to be taken seriously, and they see you and they look up to you. Actually, they look up to you, and you don't really care about that shit that much. You don't care about looking poised and composed. Like, you're just more concerned about doing what makes you feel happy. And this person doesn't quite understand that. I think they're a little too worried about how other people are perceiving them. And they're a little too concerned about how you're being perceived as well, which is strange. And it kind of seems like you're being perceived in like a positive light. I'm not getting too much on all that. I'm more so getting just like you dealing with somebody that always wants to be judging like your intuition and like what you know is correct. So, okay, so a lot of gaslighting. This person could be a very mentally abusive type of person that you grew up with, sibling, your parents, or a friend. Could be a boyfriend or girlfriend or an ex or something. Somebody that you are very close with and you respect their opinion. You do. You do. Like you genuinely want to hear what they think and how they feel about your choices and what you're doing in your life. But it always just seems to work out for you. Okay? We got a Strength card, 7 of Cups, Temperance, 6 of Wands, Chariot, the Fool, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 6 of Cups. This is like, it always seems to work out for you somehow. You got people from your past here that you've dealt with or you are currently dealing with, that you are in a family system with, or that are friend or business or something. Again, I'm not really being guided to like get too serious into what that is. This is more so just about you dealing with an energy that's like kind of combative about you and like challenging you and just what you naturally know based on your intuition alone, which is very frustrating. It's quite a bit. Okay, we got a 5 of Pentacles, a 5 of Cups, and an Ace of Cups. This could have been somebody that you lived with or had a relationship with, or a sibling that you, like, again, let's reiterate just a little bit, that looks up to you a lot or you looked up to them a lot. There's sadness here. There is loss and regret, remorse, and lack. You could reminisce a lot about your past with this person, or they reminisce a lot about your past together. Which is sweet and nice and all. That's nice. But what's up with their weird vibe about making you second guess your intuitive gut goes and having like clairvoyant knowledge and being like an awesome angel person? Why do they have to do that? It's because they're not where they want to be because they made a poor choice. Fool card, 5 of Wands, Temperance, Ace of Wands, 5 of Cups. They thought they were like you and they thought they could do like you guys probably are very similar. If you grew up together, if you dated this person, if you are, you could be very similar to this person. And they wanted to do, they wanted to like embody the attributes that you naturally embody, which would include like you kind of giving 0 fucks and just doing whatever you want and just hoping for the best. And it just always kind of help. I'm not saying that it always pans out for you that way. I'm sure you deal with fuck shit all the time. Everybody does. I'm not saying that, but like just the way you handle your fuck shit is different than most people do. You probably don't show it quite well. You don't go crying to mommy or daddy. You don't call people, your friends, and tell people your business about what's going on when you're going through a situation. You keep it to yourself, and you go through it, and you come out the other side stronger every time. Okay? This person might not know how it is to be able to do that. That aside, they also admire your ability to just be to do whatever it is that you're doing. They admire it. They do. In a nutshell, they love you and they admire it so much to where they try to do it, but it doesn't work out for them the same way it works out for you, and that makes them resent you. They're trying to do what you do, and it's not working out the same, and it makes them resent you. Like, as a whole. I'm not talking about, like, what you do for money or work. Like, maybe it could include that, but just as a whole. Like, who you are as a person, how you function, how you talk, how you deal with reality, how you deal with people, how you whatever. They think you're some like apparition, that they're like, they think you're like, maybe you are a magician and maybe you don't know that about yourself. Maybe you don't identify as one. And maybe you are one and you don't know it. And you have people that admire this about you and that want to do the same thing and that try, and they don't see the same results and they become resentful. And it could be people that you love very much and that they love you too, and there's a creation of some like tension, like a void in communication that nobody wants to talk about, an elephant in the room that everybody kind of knows what it is about, but nobody wants to really say it, type shit. Okay. Lover's Strength card, Two of Wands, Ace of Cups. There could have been a love connection involved that got in the way of your connection with someone, or this is a love connection. So I'm kind of getting two stories off that. There could have been a friend that got jealous of a love connection that you had with somebody else that wasn't them. I mean, not saying that they're into you like that, no. But like you just like went on with your life. It got serious with somebody. And then they got either jealous or afraid or scared because like you were starting your life, and then everybody started to kind of just like break off into like little Rubik's Cube that's detaching from its Rubik's Cube self into separate little cubing portions that are floating away from each other. And that's scared that person. They weren't ready for that. But it happened. And or this is a romantic partner that we're talking about that's dealing with being kind of like having this admiration for you, but also like not understanding or knowing how to deal with potential jealousy towards you. And they could even be opposite sex, which makes it even more confusing for them. Okay, we have a Five of Pentacles, we have a Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, Six of Wand, and a Chariot. You could have gone through struggles, or still are, or are, at some point you were, or you are now, and there is some form of enjoyment that this person got from this that they didn't know that they would get, which is a clear indicator that yes, they had jealousy towards you. Yes, they had some form of malicious, like internal dialogue or just like struggle or resentment towards you. Because if you went through a struggle or a period of difficult time, they actually found enjoyment in that. And it wouldn't have really been obvious. Maybe you weren't even around them. You wouldn't have noticed. You were dealing with probably too much, or you are dealing with too much. You're not going to notice. But that person that we're talking about, actually, and you would feel it energetically though. Okay, to correct myself, you might not see it visibly, but you will feel it, especially if you're that close to this individual, which I get you are very close to this person that we're talking about. It's about you and another. This is the intimate spread, right? So this person found peace of mind in knowing that you were finally struggling with something, because they think that you have it so easy or something. When they know you, they know how you grew up, they know your personal life, they know what you deal with. They know your life is not a piece of cake. If anybody's life is a piece of cake, I'm pretty sure it would be theirs, not yours. And maybe that's why you have these life skills that they are not able to understand, because they've never been through the struggles that you've had to endure, that have given you the life skills that you have acquired with dealing with such struggles in your life that are almost humanly impossible to come out the other side still as a good person and have love in your heart and understanding and forgive that person that found some form of joy in watching you struggle. Sorry, my cat, it's the late hours of the night. He gets very hyphy, okay? But yeah, they found enjoyment in watching you struggle. yeah, something about that, like, I think that might even been confusing for them. I'm not going to say that they were, like, happy about it, but there was something comforting about it for them. I don't think it made them happy to see you struggle, but I think it made them feel comfortable to know that you deal with struggle too. And it's like, well, yeah, no shit. They've known you forever. Not only do they know you know how to deal with struggle, they've seen all the struggles you've gone through, and there's probably quite a few that are up there on a level of, like, not that many people would make it through that type of shit. As far as character building goes, as far as empathy and understanding pain goes, like, you're an A+, like, champion, like, PTA leader of that class or whatever. I don't know if this person chooses to not remember that stuff about you and, like, just sees what's happening in the present. And then when they see you go through a struggle, they're like, oh, you know, it gives them joy of some kind. Because there's a long-standing relationship here with you and this person. It's like some sibling vibes, brother, sister, mother, fault. Like, this person knows what you've been through, but they're hyper-focused on either your career, how people perceive you, how intuitive you are, how magical you are, and what's happening in the present. Maybe even, like, your relationship status for some reason. Which is strange. It's like they've known you for so long, you'd think that and it's like, to know you that long and be associated with you, you would hope that they would be like not on a egotistical level, like smart like you, but like if they fuck with you on that level, then they're gonna be smart like you. Like there's no way that you're gonna be like running around with people for years that you just don't that you don't have like anything in common with. Like, this person has things in common with you. They do. They're smart. They're not a bad person, but there's something about them that, like, is strangely, like, was secretly and strangely competitive, and watching you go through a hard time, I don't want to say it made them happy, but it made them comfortable and made them feel like good about themselves, about something. And I even think that they recognized that, and that made them uncomfortable because they knew that was wrong, but they still chose to feel that way, or still, well, wasn't a choice. They still, like, they knew that they were feeling that way and that it was strange. And then maybe that even created more of a divide between you guys. Gals, he, she, them, however you identify. Okay? 3757. So that's quite complicated. So you're essentially a powerhouse that just trusts your intuition. You have been through hell and high water. You seem to come out on top most of the time. You just but you haven't been. It's not like you're just like some lucky person that's like a trust fund kid that has it all. You know, if you fall down, mommy and daddy are there to pick you up and buy you a new car and set you up in a new house and pat you on the back and you know, tuck you in at night. No, that's not quite it. And I get this person knows how you grew up. They know what you've been through, not only with your family, but with your personal relationships, with a lot of things. It's like this person adores you. They love you. But there is something about them loving you so much that they wanted to emulate certain attributes that you have, that you carry, that you naturally just, like, had evolve within your character through troubles in your life. That's just like a natural thing that happens to a lot of people. Okay, so I'm not trying to make you feel too special. Like, I'm like, no shade, but like that's a thing that happens when you go through a lot of bullshit and you continue to be a good person. You develop, like, that just happens. You start to get these little medals of like, okay, you went through this. You're still a good person. Now you know how to deal with that problem. Boom, boom, boom. Other people will recognize that. They'll treat, you know, it like game recognized game. There is like a certain demeanor and the way people will communicate with you. If that is sensed and acknowledged and communicated, and this person doesn't know how that is. Like, they've never been through certain trials, tribulations, things that you've had to go through that you probably chose as well. Like, let's not just like, It's not all like shit that was like done to you. Like you probably did some of that shit to yourself, right? So let's take accountability where it's due. You probably got yourself into some fucked up relationships. You probably made some horrible choices. You probably did a lot of those things. But the fact that you're able to take accountability, be honest about it, look somebody in the eyes and tell them how you feel about what's going on, and then to have them come at you in some strange ass way when they know you quite well, not only is it insulting, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It makes you start to not trust people that you know, it's like when you grow up with people that you've known your whole life and then some shit like that happens, you start to, and if there's other crazy shit going on in your life, with work, with friends, with family, with lovers, with your career, with your location, whatever it is, health, you know, it's like, yeah, it could be hard to put that all into the same equation and still make sense out of it and still have love for somebody when somebody wants to come at you at that angle. I get that you still do have love for this person and you would be willing to have a conversation with them and talk to them. But also, I feel like maybe you have even tried that and it's been weird. There's something strange about it that you might not understand quite what that is, and that's okay. If you tried, you tried. You got too much shit. You've been through a lot. The last thing you need is to try to soothe somebody's ego and gain somebody's trust back that knows you quite well, that knows you're a badass person, that's a trustworthy friend. The last thing you need to do is try to like make up for this thing that you didn't even do while somebody else is like going through some weird shit that they're just trying to like compare themselves to you, basically, is how it feels. And that's fucked up. And it's not your fault. That's not your fault that that person wants to act that way or be that way. It's not your fault. Okay? And it sucks when we turn into adults and we start to kind of, those people that we love and that we trusted like that start to kind of fall to the wayside a little bit, and things get weird and you try to patch it up or you don't or something, and it just gets a little depressing, right? It gets a little fucked up feeling. But just know that that's just a natural part of life and getting old, I guess. Which kind of sucks, but like that's just how it goes. Okay? 8 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Yeah, what I said, it's a part of getting old. 5 of Cups, like, yeah, you feel sad about this. This makes you sad. You think about the old times. You get excited about, like, it's almost like it was happening yesterday. You get excited. You remember, like, the good times that you had with a said person, family member, or friend that you used to be able to trust on a level that didn't eventually just involve like a heaping pile of bullshit drama. And that's what it's turned into, or something close to that, or it's just turned into an empty void that makes no sense. And you've tried to make sense out of it and nothing comes of it, and so you've just decided to leave it alone because you're too busy being some intuitive rock star and people are trying to figure out how you're doing that. And so I think it's best that we just, like, you know, come to terms with that. If people don't want to fuck with us on a level that's real anymore because they try to do whatever it is that you're doing and they can't quite dial it in like that or something, I don't know, okay? Place it where you see fit. You're the master of your story. I'm not trying to, like, cast too much shade on this, but this is how it feels. It feels like it's heart-wrenching. This is going to be hard for somebody to listen to, I feel. If somebody listens to this, they're going to not like it. Okay, so if that's the case, just don't listen to it. Click off, listen to something else. Okay? That's the collective reading right now. All right, so all right, 44:30. Yeah, that's long enough. All right, Cosmic Dialect people, thank you for coming back. Thank you for hopefully liking and subscribing. Hopefully this makes sense for you and your story. If it doesn't, just wait for the next one. We'll be doing the wheel again with the signs. But I do like to do the collective readings just because it's like a, you know, it's a, like with signs, sometimes people get so hyper focused on the sun sign stuff that they lose track of like just the collective message at hand. And so I do like to toss in the collective messages because they're very important. But I will keep it up with the astrological signs. So just stay tuned for your sun sign, rising, moon, whatever it is. And cross watchers, for that, please just be respectful and just know you are welcome to watch them. Just none of the weird shit, okay? And so like I don't know why that's coming through in the end of this reading. There's something about maybe this person that's like, maybe they cross watch or like look at you and look at your profiles or like tap in with your stuff, but like without communicating with you, which is like strange because that's totally not how you guys would like communicate a lot, like naturally, just all the time. And now it's like on some weird level that's like would maybe trip you out if you knew about it. Okay. All right, cosmic dialect people, that's it for now. Until next time. All right, love y'all. Good night.